Lovely Flosstube friends, we've had a bit of a technical hiccup with filming today. I filmed with my microphone backwards, so things are a little bit more echoey than usual. It's however still very watchable and I'm very sorry. I will endeavour to get my microphone the right way round next time. Hello my lovely Flosstube friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren, also known as Cross Stitch Bunny here on YouTube and over on Instagram. A big hello if you are brand new, this is my cross stitching channel and welcome back if you are a returning viewer or subscriber. If you are not yet subscribed, don't forget to click that button so that you don't miss any of my future Flosstube episodes. Today I am going to be showing you my stitchy progress since my last video at the end of last month, and I'm also going to be showing you some retreat footage because I have just returned home from the Bella Filipina retreat, which was the first Bella Filipina retreat in the UK or anywhere, I believe. That was amazing. I had a fabulous time. Do have a few things to show you from that. I didn't film loads, but I did film a few little snippets to share with you. I also have some lovely retreat haul to share with you, of course, because you can't go to a retreat without doing a little bit of shopping. And what else do I have to show you today? I think that might be everything. Yeah, retreat haul, retreat footage, and my stitchy progress. That is about it, and then I will do a little bit of life update at the end as well as some of my plans. So we will get started because I have someone coming to visit their puppy in about 40 minutes, so I don't have too long, so I better be quick. First I have a new start which is also a finish. So this is my light bulb Pikachu, although the pattern is just called Pikachu. And my friend Cross Stitch Madsara started to stitch this not too long ago. She also has the pattern and it made me impatient to start mine. Not that I needed any new starts, but since it's only a little one, I thought it wouldn't take me very long, and it didn't. I stitched this in a matter of a couple of days. So that is all finished, and this is by the designer Luba Vodenikova. Just trying to make sure I pronounce that correctly, yes. And this was a freebie pattern at the time that I downloaded it, and I downloaded it from Real Stitch RU, but I have since checked because I was hoping to be able to link it for you as a freebie pattern, and unfortunately that website seems to have changed format since I last used it. It now seems to be offering the designers like packages to teach people how to design cross stitch patterns, and she no longer seems to have a shop on there for her patterns or a freebie section. So if you did want to get this pattern, your best bet would be to message the designer directly. She is on Instagram, and I will link her, well, I'll put her Instagram name below in the show notes. So if you're interested in getting this and you like Pokemon and you like Pikachu, I will put the designer's Instagram name in the show notes so that you can hopefully get this pattern if you want it. But I make no promises because, like I said, it's not available anymore from the website that I originally downloaded it from. But I do love him. He's so cute. I was a very big Pokemon fan for a very long time. I still do love Pokemon, but I just never seem to find time to play it because when it comes down to it, I always pick stitching over playing games or anything else. But I'm very pleased this is finished. I have stitched this on 16 count like sparkly black Ada, and I don't know if the sparkle is actually showing very well, if at all, but it is very nice and subtly sparkly. And there he is, Pikachu in the light bulb, so cute. I stitched all of this in DMC in all the called for colours. I think there were just 2 colours that I couldn't find in my DMC main stash box because they're probably currently assigned to other projects. So I did mix in a couple of other brands. Yeah, so I stitched it all in DMC, but there is one Royal Broidery thread thrown in there for one of the colours and also one CXC. I do try and not mix brands together because the coverage can be slightly different, but I really wanted to do it and I didn't want to order just the 2 threads that I couldn't find, so I did mix them on this occasion and I think he's turned out absolutely fine. Love him. So that is my new start, which is also a finish. I then have 3 other projects to show you, and I think, are all 3 of them new starts? I'm not sure. Where's my notes? Here they are. yeah, they're all new starts. Everything I'm showing you is a new start today. So these are all 3 mermaids because I am participating this month in the Mermania that is being hosted by Belushi Stitchers and a couple of others. And yeah, so the first mermaid I started on the 1st of May was my Maiden of Tubbatha. I think that is her name, although I'm glad that when I was at the Bella Filipina retreat, I was not the only person struggling with her name. This is she. She is absolutely beautiful. I love her. And as I said, I started her on the 1st of May, so I've not been stitching on her for very long, but I did take her to the Bella retreat and I got quite a lot done on her while I was there. So this is how she's looking at the moment. I have not started any beading. I basically had a centre start that was somewhere down here and quickly worked my way up because I wanted to work on her from the top down. So yeah, I got myself up to the top as quickly as I could and I've been working on the coral. Love the coral here. The darker sort of terracotta colours are DMC, but then all of like the yellowy, pinky, greeny is actually a Caron water lilies variegated hand-dyed over-dyed silks, that's what I meant. And yeah, I really enjoy working with the Caron water lilies. They are so beautiful to work with, really lovely. Started doing her hair, I've done all her face. I have made the decision to do her skin just 2/2, so I'm not messing around with doing any 1/1 or any 2/1 10 stitch. She's all over 2. This is 32 count, hand dyed. It is an opalescent fabric from my own Stitch Bunny shop, and you can see it's sort of darker at the bottom. I'm not sure again if you can see the sparkles. This lighting does not seem to be showing up my sparkles today, but she is on opalescent fabric. This is a linen, hand dyed 32 count linen, and I'm loving her, absolutely loving how she looks, although I do have to say that I have had no end of problems with this mermaid. I have had to unpick and frog on this more than I've ever done so on any other project, and I'm not even anywhere near finishing her, and I don't know why. I don't know why, yeah, she just seems to have been causing me a little bit of a headache, but she's worth the effort. She's going to be beautiful when she's finished. When I was at the retreat, 2 of my table buddies, Susie and Teresa, were also stitching on this same mermaid, and we've all started at different places and gone in different directions. So although we're all 3 of us stitching on the same project, all 3 look very different. But that was nice to be stitching with 2 other people on my table that were working on the same mermaid. And she was also on the finishers table, which I will show you in the retreat footage, and finished. She's beautiful. She has got so much bling. She's fantastic. I love her. Absolutely amazing design. And this is really the first Bella that I have properly got my teeth sunk into, because the only other Bella Filipina design that I have started is my Deity trio. And I've started working on the Deity of the Stars, who sits in the middle of that trio. But if you have watched my previous videos, I did realise very quickly that just the sheer size of the fabric that I'm working on to do all 3 together, it was just too big to be able to manage like in a hoop or in a Q-snap. I was worried about damaging the fabric because I'm working on a printed linen, and yeah, I just didn't want to risk damaging that fabric by keep pulling it in and out and moving around a Q-snap or a hoop. I want it on a scroll, but I need one that's 100 centimetres. I need a metre long scroll, and I don't have one at the moment. So she is shelved, which means that really, although I've put a few stitches into that, this is my first Bella, really, that I've started properly and actually been able to work on. So yes, very pleased with her. And like I said, I started her for Mermania. She was my first mermaid start. But for Mermania, as per my last video, if you want to challenge yourself to do more than just simply stitch on mermaids, people are doing 1 new mermaid start like every Monday of May. And I did have a second mermaid start on the 2nd Monday of the month. And that is my Ariel in the Bottle mermaid. So this design is by Victoria Ivchenko. She does a lot of these Disney character patterns like in bottles or glass jars, and I just love all of them. I'll pop a picture on the screen of the Ariel one that I am working on. This is a PDF download, so I don't have a chart to hold up and show you, but this is the full design and this is where I am up to currently. So yeah, I started this 8 days ago, because it's Tuesday today, and I started her last Monday, not yesterday. So I've done quite a lot. I'm quite pleased with this. Again, I had a centre start here, which made me start on the red hair here for Ariel, but then there's quite a lot of blue around that hair, and I very quickly realised that the red, which is obviously quite a strong colour, was getting pulled through slightly with my other stitches around it and was a bit fluffy. I am stitching this in CXC and I was getting a little bit of fluffy redness coming through in my blue. So I actually very quickly switched out from doing this red, got all the blue sort of in place around it before I then went back to filling it in. And again, I worked my way from the centre up to the top to get to the top of the bottle here. This isn't backstitched yet, but I think you can still quite nicely see the detail in there already, and with the backstitch it is just going to be amazing. So I've finished all the cross stitch on Sebastian, all the cross stitches done at the top of the bottle here, like I think this starfish is all completed. This tentacle here of Ursula's is complete. Like I said, it's just lacking backstitch, and I'm just making my way down slowly, trying to fill in and not miss too many bits out. I just want to work from the top down. I'm stitching this on a hand dye, again from my own Stitch Bunny shop, but for this one I am working on Ada, so this is an 18 count hand dyed Ada, just in like a nice pale blue with some white mottling on it and like just some subtle variation in the blue. Very happy with my fabric choice, very happy with how she's stitching up. I'm really looking forward to having this one finished. I'm about 30% done on this, just under. I did work on this a little at the retreat on the Friday before I pulled out my Bella, and yes, I'm pretty sure I got to about 28.5%, so I'm not too far away from hitting that 30% goal. And because I'm working on this in Saga rather than in Pattern Keeper, when I say that I am almost 30% through, that includes all the backstitch, not just the cross stitch. So obviously in Pattern Keeper, when you're tracking a pattern, it only tracks the actual cross stitches. So when it says you're 100% done, you actually still have all the backstitch in addition to that. But Saga does work differently in that it also logs all your backstitch and your French knots, everything. So when it tells you that you are nearly 30% through, that is taking into account all the cross stitch and also all the backstitch and the special stitches. So that is quite nice. I am nearly a third of the way through this, inclusive of all the backstitch that isn't done yet. So that is that one. Then I had told myself that I was not going to have any more new starts, because I realised, although I was debating in my last Flosstube whether to go all the way with Mermania and have those 5 new starts for every Monday of the month, I had decided that I probably wasn't going to do that, partly because I have a holiday in May. I'm going on holiday on the 18th, so in 2 days' time I am going to Spain for a week. I will take a bit of stitching with me, just something small, but I'm not sure that I will get round to doing any stitching, so I'm taking it more of a just in case, but it probably will not get much stitchy time, if any. So I am losing a week in May and I'm going to be away for that Monday. So yes, I mean, by the time I come back to do my end of month update with you at the end of this month, there's probably not going to be that much more stitching to show you, because I've got 2 days of stitching at home until I leave, then a week away where there'll be minimal or maybe no stitching done at all, and then I'll only really have a week when I'm back before my next Flosstube is due, as it were. Yeah, so for that reason I decided I'm not doing 5 Mermaid new starts. I was going to stick with the 2. And then I went to the retreat, so we got given a exclusive pattern, and it happened to be a mermaid. So I was like, I have to start it. I was so excited. It's a lovely pattern. I do have it to show you here. So this is the exclusive Sunrise Cove Mermaid chart by Bella Filipina Designs. It is the Bella Filipina debut retreat exclusive. You cannot buy this. I do not believe that it will be for sale anywhere. And everyone at the retreat is under strict instructions that this is, you know, a special pattern that Drin designed for the retreat and we are not to share it. But there she is. So she is called Sunrise Cove Mermaid. I absolutely love her. She's beautiful. And I decided I had to start her. So I didn't start her at the retreat, but when I got home on Sunday afternoon, I went through my stash, pulled out threads for her. I'm stitching her in DMC and I had almost all the threads. There were just about 5 threads missing. So I've made a start on her, just avoiding the threads that I don't have. And here she is. Well, she doesn't look like much yet. Like I said, I did cheat. I started her on that Sunday evening because I was too impatient to wait for the Monday morning to start her. So this is my 3rd mermaid start for Mermania, and it will be my last. There will be no new starts for me for the rest of May. And again, this fabric's just not looking sparkly, but it is. So this is an opalescent hand dye. She's only a small mermaid. Her measurements are 80 wide by 114 high. So she fits onto like a 12 by 18, 13 by 18 piece of fabric. This is a 28 count hand dyed fabric. It's in like a dark bluey purple sort of colour, and it is opalescent, which is not really showing up very well sadly, but it is an opalescent fabric and I've made a good start. So this is the rock here. This is the start of the mermaid sat on the rock, although I'm missing a couple of the threads I'm missing are the greens. So yeah, I realised I started here with a centre start and then very quickly realised I was missing a few of the greens, but I had most of the browns, if not all of the browns for the rock, so I started to work this way down the rock. I've got to the water here at the bottom. A lot of that is half stitch, so that is stitching up quite quickly. And then there's like her tail fins here that I've made a start on with some of this green. So yeah, there she is. I've made a good start on her, and I think that she's not going to take too long to finish. So this may be my first ever Bella finish because she's not very big. Like the others are huge, but she's not very big at all. So hopefully it won't take me too long to have this finished. I may even make this my holiday stitch. Yes, I may take this one on holiday with me. The threads that I am missing are in the post. They're coming from Arts and Designs. I ordered them on the Sunday evening as soon as I realised I was missing a few, along with the couple of beads I was missing, because I did have some of her beads in stash but not all of them. So fingers crossed. Arts and Designs are usually very efficient. I did get a message yesterday by email saying it was dispatched yesterday on the Monday. Fingers crossed they will arrive today or tomorrow, so then I can just bobbinate the couple of threads I was missing and hopefully take her on holiday with all the threads, so that I'm not having to skip colours where I want to stitch. So yeah, that is all of my stitching to show you today. I haven't worked on anything else, which is slightly naughty because I do have quite a lot of goals that I'm trying to work to, and one of them is letters of the month. So my letters of the month so far for May, I have not touched. I do need to work on my Jurassic Park dinosaur project for 2,000 stitches if I want to stay on track with my letters of the month. And I also need to do 3 hours on my Ursula Michaels unicorn. I've not touched them, and like I said, I'm now going to lose a week for being on holiday. So I do think that when I get back from my holiday, that last week of stitching, we'll be trying to catch up on my letters of the month. I also really need to make a start on doing the spring section of my seasonal sale, the one being hosted by Lynn, the Lancashire Stitcher, because we are well into spring now. It almost feels like summer is not far away, and I've not even picked up my seasonal Summer House Stitchworks pattern to work on spring. It's not yet been started and I really wanted to finish it before summer. So I do need to get cracking on that one. Are there any other goals? Yeah, so I'm behind on a few of the sales that I'm participating in. Charlie from Charlie Feathers did voice note me, which reminded me that I have not picked up my Welcome to the Forest sale for a little while that I'm doing with her. I've also fallen behind on my Steady Thread Blackwork sale. I've not touched that for a good long while. And is there any other sales that I'm behind on? Probably. Oh yeah, I'm doing my Spring Chicks Can Fly sale from New Leaf Craft. I haven't picked that up for a while. Yes, I'm behind on lots of things, but Mermania has just sort of taken over everything. To be honest, I've also not picked anything up to work on in relation to my monthly theme for May, which was to stitch on things with wonderful words. Yes, I've just not done anything. Like, mermaids have just taken over my stitching, but never mind, because I'm enjoying myself and mermaids are beautiful and I've loved stitching on them. So that is all my stitchy stuff. I am going to show you a little bit of footage from the retreat. So I will show you my room from when I checked in. So if you've never been to one of the Northampton retreats, like I've now been to 3 or 4 retreats at Northampton, possibly 4. Yeah, I think it's 4 retreats that I've attended now in Northampton. And my room has always been very similar each time. So I think, yeah, the rooms are pretty standard. So I will give you a little look at what my room looked like so you can just see what to expect if you've never been there but you're maybe thinking of going to one of those retreats next year, or maybe you've already got one booked for later this year. This is my room. It is 2 o'clock and I've just been able to check into my room, so just in case any of you have not attended one of the Northampton retreats before and you might be thinking about it, this is what the rooms look like. That is my half-eaten cookie on the bed, because as I was coming past the stitching room, they had just delivered our afternoon snacks. So I grabbed a cookie because they go pretty fast. But yeah, I've got a nice big bed. A window over here. My view's quite nice this time. I think I was overlooking the car park last time. But this time, quite a nice view out to these fields on the back. Little desk here. And then my ensuite is just through here. I've got a room with a bath this time. I brought all my bath stuff, so that's good. And yeah, that is what the rooms look like. So yes, that was my lovely room. Very nice. I find the beds there to be very comfortable. My rooms there have always been clean. I've never had any issues in that respect. They have like spare pillows in the wardrobe if you want to have extra pillows on your bed. They've got full-sized proper hair dryers in the drawers, not your little like travel ones, not one that's attached to the wall, because I used to take my own hair dryer, but I don't have to do that anymore, so that saves on some of the packing. And yeah, lovely rooms. Then the stitching room, of course, is probably arguably more interesting for you to see, and I did do a little pan around the stitching room. I didn't go around talking to people individually because Teresa Little Stitcher was also in attendance at the retreat and she was on it. She was filming everyone stitching, so there was really no need for me to go around doing the same thing. I'm sure you will all be watching that. And yeah, she had a lovely little chat with everybody in the room, showed you what everyone was doing. So yeah, watch out for her video. I'm sure it will be posted fairly soon so you can see what everybody was up to. But this just gives you a general idea of what the stitching room was like. There was like 6 or 8 ladies on every table, depending on the size of each table. Loads of new faces there, as well as some people I've met at previous retreats. And then, of course, there was the finishers table. So there was no competition table, like the Mira retreat, but there was still a finishers table, and there were lots of beautiful bellas on that table, as well as some other things. So I will show you those as well. This Mermaid of the Abyss was amazing. Like, the beads was just incredible. I cannot get over how much bling she had. You still can't truly appreciate it, even on the film, but she was gorgeous. I think this is Queen Flower Fairy.
Again, another Bella, I think. And this is one of the gorgeous mermaids. I actually have her. I think I have her kitted and ready to go. Absolutely beautiful. I love that fabric that she's on, like that turquoise. Stunning. A mirror here as well on the finisher's table. So that's beautiful. I think that's Queen Mermaid. Gorgeous framing. And here's Maiden of Tubbatha, who I was working on myself. So it was lovely to see her finished. She's very tall. I've got a lot left to stitch on her, but isn't she beautiful? Bellatrix here. And there were two Bellatrixes on the table, one unframed and one framed. Very different fabric choices, but both absolutely stunning. Hummingbird Pixie was very popular at the retreat. I think a few people were starting her. I think this is Gaia, the Earth Goddess, and I love her. She's so pretty. A mirror here, so Cathedral Woods Goddess. Tala, Deity of the Stars. Beautiful, beautiful stitching, beautiful fabric. And Greta Goldbloom, who I think was Sammy's finish. I think she finished her at the retreat and then she appeared on the table. And another finisher's table here with a real mix of different designs, lots of beautiful things. Don't know who the designers are for any of these pieces, unfortunately, but beautiful. Look at these stockings. There are two stockings on the table. So cute. So much work and lovely finishing. Mirror there, Miss Christmas Eve, another beautiful Bella. Absolutely lovely. I love her face and all those pretty colours in her wings. Beautiful. This is the Autumn Lane Stitchery, forgotten her name, Dark Queen of the Seas, the uncensored version. And another gorgeous framed Bella here. I think that might be Heiress of Atlantis, although I'm not super confident with naming my Bellas, but I think that's who she is and she's gorgeous. Gaia again there, on a very different fabric choice than on the other table, but equally as beautiful. Mirabilia Aquamarine Fairy I think we have here, and she is stunning. I have her pattern. I don't know what this one is, but some kind of Swan Lake theme maybe. Another beautiful Bella here, just hiding. Absolutely gorgeous. Love the colours on her. And then these four pieces here were the Mirabilia Royal Games, but instead of doing them two ladies on each card, this stitcher has split them out so that every lady has her own card as a mirrored version of herself. Because the original patterns, there's only two patterns and they each have two of the ladies on. So that was very clever.
I absolutely loved seeing all those Bella designs finished on the stitching table, and I must say they are incredible in person. When you see them on the front of the printout, when you're buying a chart, I don't think you really get a true appreciation for how much bling and how many beads these designs use. It is amazing, and they do look truly beautiful and so sparkly and just fabulous. I think it's difficult when you're looking at the chart mock-ups to necessarily differentiate between what is a stitch and what is a bead. And yeah, I was truly shocked, especially when I looked at that Mermaid of the Abyss that I've just shown you. Like, the amount of beading she had was amazing and she looked stunning, so beautiful. Yes, I think that although I have like a very large Mirabilia collection, there is something about the Bella designs that are just that little bit special, and I'm still very much looking forward to stitching the mirrors that I have kitted and the ones that I've already purchased. But going forward, I do think that I have started to lean a little bit towards the Bella Filipina designs, especially his mermaids, and yeah, there may be more of those in my future and less Mirabilias. That is how I'm feeling at the moment, unless there is a new Nora or Mirabilia release that I absolutely adore. I think that I'm going to start collecting the Bellas because I just think they're fabulous, absolutely beautiful. Obviously I do have quite a bit of stitchy shopping to share with you, which is the same every time I go to a retreat. This one was no exception. So I've not even unpacked my shopping bag yet from the retreat, so it's all just in a bit of a mix. I will just go through it with you. First off, I've got these 2 project wallets. These are Susie Wallets, so they are made by Susie. She was selling some of her things there and they're absolutely beautiful. This is a double project wallet, so you see it's got like nice strong Velcro on the front here. This beautiful elephant fabric that is the one that I picked, and then the little zebra on the front there. And it opens out into like a double project wallet. So I'll get a bit closer to the camera, but on each side you have like a vinyl zipper, and then behind that you just have a little pouch. So these are perfect for having 2 projects in at a time, or if you had a very large project that you needed just like more pockets for. These are just perfect. But it is my plan that I can have 2 things kitted in these wallets. So one on one side, one on the other. So that is wallet number 1. I then got a second one, so this is the same thing, but this one is like a dove print. It's got little hearts on the front. And this is the inside. Absolutely love these. Love them, just look at that fabric, so cute. I picked up a couple of Mill Hill kits from Zarina. So these are from Hawkins Hobbies. Got this little one with the bird on that says stitching on it. Thought that was super cute. And this comes with the perforated paper, beads, threads, and a little charm. And then I got this penguin one, which I thought was so cute, and I just love the little penguin peeking out of the igloo. So sweet. And that also comes with all the same stuff as the other one. Also a Zarina purchase from Hawkins Hobbies was this lovely Glendon Place kit. I think it is my only Glendon Place kit or design, I don't think I have any others. And I absolutely love this. I was looking at this one, the Spirit of Christmas. I was looking at this while I was at the Mirabilia retreat last month, and I just couldn't decide whether to get it or not. And then when it was still there this time, I thought, it's got my name on it, I have to have it. And this is all stitched with Dinky Dyes silks. So it's got like the thread pack here of all the silks, the beads, the other floss that you need, and these little snowflake charms. Yeah, absolutely love that. It's a bit different to the kind of things that I usually pick out to stitch, but I just really loved it. Next up is a little bit more haul from Susie. So this is, let's take that off, a Jeanette Douglas design, and it comes with the tray. So you get the wooden tray and Gloriana flosses and the thread gatherer flosses, just looking at the back here. Yeah, so you've got some Gloriana silks, some thread gatherer flosses, you've got the wooden tray. It doesn't have the fabric, but you've got everything else that you need. And you stitch up these cute little pillows to then fit inside the tray. The recommended count is 32 count, so I'll have to make sure that I observe that, otherwise they won't be the right size to fit in the tray. But yeah, I bought that from Susie's D-Stash. And this beauty is also from Susie's D-Stash. Sorry about the glare on the cellophane, but this is an amazing owl blackwork. It is a full kit. So it comes with everything in there. It's got the black Ada, which is 18 count. It's got 19 different thread colours. And yeah, I just love it. This is by Doodlecraft Design, who I can't say that I'm familiar with, but Susie had two of these in her D-Stash. She had this owl, And then she also had a blackwork giraffe kit that I think Laura, who was sat next to me on my table, grabbed the giraffe. Yeah, lovely. Another Hawkins hobby purchase here, so I got Queen Anne's lace again. I've been eyeing this up for a while. I was looking at it last time I was at retreat last month, and I got the full pack, the full materials pack with the chart. I just didn't get the fabric because I will choose my own fabric. But everything else that I need to stitch her is in there. So I think she's got some beads, DMC, some Krynic and some water lilies in there as well. I love her. I do think she's very cute. Very sweet design. I love her big wings and her fancy, like all the fancy detail here on her skirt. Moving into my last little goodie bag here. I did purchase one piece of opalescent fabric while I was there, which is an 18 by 27 piece, 32 count, even weave opalescent. I did like that. It's sort of like a beigey grey colour with then like darker grey over the top. I don't have a project in mind for that, but I just liked that particular fabric very much. So I picked that up. Oh, I then also got this fabric in my mystery box. So this is a Zweigart 28 count Belfast in white check. It's unusual. I've never seen this fabric before, I don't think, and I don't know what I'm going to stitch on it, but I will find something to use it for. I did think that you could stitch something like inside each square, but unfortunately they're a bit tiny for that. I'd have to find very, very small designs to do that, even if I was stitching over one. But I'm going to have a good think and find something that will suit that fabric. I've not got my entire mystery bag here because, like I said, I've not even unpacked. And all the non-stitchy parts of my mystery box are still in my suitcase. But yes, that fabric was in my mystery box. That was one of the stitchy things that I got. I picked up the Hawkins Hobbies Nightingale bead and speciality thread pack. So there's no DMC in here because I'm probably going to kit her with Royal Broidery. But I have got all the fancy flossers and beads for her there. I picked up the chart at the Mira retreat, and I was just waiting for Serena to give me the other bits. And the same is true for the Bella Filipina Hollyberry Pixie. I was just waiting for my materials pack, which I now have. Again, no DMC, just all the special bits and the beads. Oh. There's a little sticker on this, so I'll just take that off. Oh, I can't take it off. I'll try and take it off later. This is a little tiny modernist chart. This is for a biscornu, an elephant biscornu. Thought this was really cute. And I got this from Stephanie, as you can see from the sticker, from the D-stash table. I just thought that was really sweet. And it's only a small 71 by 71. So that was that. Picked up two DMC B5 200s because I need those, so I grabbed those from Marnie's mixed bag while I was there. And then also from my mystery box, I got this hands-on design chart, which is called Chalk Full Harvest. It's like a nice mason jar with all those sunflowers in, very pretty. And I also got this Silver Creek Samplers chart, which is beautiful. I really like this one. I'm not 100% sure if I have it or not, so I'll have to check my stash at some point. I know that I've definitely looked at this and thought about buying it. I don't know if I actually ever have bought it, so I'm hoping I haven't. But yes, I definitely have one copy, possibly two, but I love this. It's so pretty. And this one is called, what's it called? I don't know. I don't know is the answer to that. I can't actually see the name on it. But yeah, I mean the wording says no winter lasts forever, no spring misses its turn. So yeah, two lovely charts. And the other stitchy things that I got in my mystery box were a lovely peacock needle minder and some silver stalk scissors, but I've already stashed those away in my stitchy sewing box. I'm sorry. My box was from Ema, the Irish Stitcher. Thank you very much if you're watching. So that is everything that I've got to show you today. I hope that you've enjoyed. As I said, I had a fantastic time at the Bella Retreat. Just one last big shout out to my table buddies. So I was on a table with Susie, Teresa, Gina, Ema, Maria, Kirsty and Laura and myself. We were on a table of 8. All lovely ladies. Really loved chatting with you all, and yeah, just stitching with you. I didn't get around the room as much as I have done at previous retreats. Like I said, my mermaid kept giving me a few headaches, so there was times when I was like really absorbed in fixing her. But yes, I had a lovely time at the retreat. Everybody was wonderful. Definitely recommend trying it out if you have not been to a retreat yet. It really is a lovely way to spend a weekend, and just a little bit different than being sat at home stitching by yourself. I think that is everything from me. I was going to try and do some life update, but I'm so short for time, so I will just leave you to finish with a little video clip here that I'll pop on the screen of my puppies. I did show a little bit of the birth action in my last video and thought you might like to see them now they're a bit bigger. So here are the babies. This video was taken yesterday. I think it was taken yesterday. So this is, yeah, 4.5 weeks old. Really starting to get on their feet, find their feet, get up to mischief. Yeah, I thought you might enjoy the puppy cuteness. So those are the babies. I will save my larger life update for when I get back from my holiday, because I'll probably have more to tell you. Take care everyone, and big thank you for watching, and again, I would love it if you would subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all soon. Bye!